We are back with another episode with my brother Charles Woods here. This is going to be a dope episode. I am super excited about this because we're just going to jump right on in. One of the things about my roles here in Birmingham, and I don't know if I've said this explicitly on this podcast, but I'm also the chairman of the board of directors at the Birmingham Civil Rights Institute. The coolest thing about that position is that I have the opportunity to meet the heroes and sheroes of the city of Birmingham, but also folks that come really all across the globe, right? All across the globe. One of the ways Charles and I got connected, because as the chairman of the board, if you are a board member of any nonprofit, you better be out there raising some money, right? So, so in the process of us essentially exposing the elements of the Institute, we got to take folks through a tour. Yeah. So one of the OGs, shout out John Hope Bryant. I remember when John Hope Bryant came in town, came to Birmingham, and it was actually a Fortune 500 company. I don't remember the company that, representative that was with them. But we hit up Charles to take us through the Institute. Mm-hmm. Now, at the time, of course, I'm a board member, but I've never walked through the Institute with someone that could guide me through what I was looking at, right? Because you could see different videos, you can listen in different audios, you'll be able to read descriptions of, we'll just say, objects that represent what was here in the 50s and 60s. But to have someone to give you some context is dope. So we walked through the Institute with Charles. And I find it ironic that we are recording this after King Day. Right. So King Day, Martin Luther King Jr., of course, shout out to the hero himself. But the more I learned about Dr. King's legacy, the more I became aware of the Birmingham heroes that really set it off.
Yes.
That really set it off. So if you fly to Birmingham now, or if you've done it prior to, 9 times out of 10, you flew into the Shuttlesworth Airport.
That's correct.
So one of the folks that we're going to be talking about today is OG, triple OG, Fred Shuttlesworth. But before we get into him, I definitely want to, and I want y'all to hear from this brother Charles, because he's dynamic. He's dope. He's dope. So I could read a bio, but I ain't going to do that. I'm going to let you introduce yourself. So for the audience, tell folks what they need to know about you.
Charles Woods III. I'm originally from San Bernardino, California. Left that great state in 1997.
Okay.
And I went to New Orleans to go to school. I went to Xavier University of Louisiana.
Okay.
And was there for several years. Took me about 5 years to graduate.
Okay, there you go.
I ain't scared to say that. That's within the average, at least when I was in school. And that's where I met the woman that is now my wife, and she's from Birmingham. And so I took an executive decision to move to Birmingham.
Absolutely.
This was almost like about 19 years ago now, I believe.
Yeah. Shout out wifey.
Yes, most definitely. And the first place I looked for a job was the Institute, but nobody was hiring then,
Right.
And so I got into manufacturing and did some other things, and this job kind of rolled around, and about 7 years ago, to be 7 years in April.
Right.
This opportunity opened up, and I jumped on it. I was in the school system at that time.
Yeah.
And I saw this as my dream job. Shout out to Dream Job Podcast. They did a podcast on me about the dream job.
Yeah.
And I've been doing it ever since. And so, I'm just a Black history buff.
Yeah.
I really love my history. It's something that my mom really instilled in me when I was younger. She passed on in 2017, but I realized after her death, the things that she instilled in me about knowledge of self and just knowing who you are. And so that's something that I carry on now. I'm the owner of Cool Global Educational Consulting.
Yeah.
As well as Marching on Tours tour company. And so I do city tours of the city of Birmingham, pretty regularly.
Right.
Telling this history that we're gonna get into today.
Absolutely.
And so I just love our history, and I love teaching it, and and imparting that on to others.
Right.
And so hopefully some people will learn something that they haven't learned or known today. So.
They will. Every conversation I have with Charles, I'm like, bro, I did not know that. And then and in transparency, as I've shared on this platform, growing up playing sports was like my thing, and history never really. There really wasn't an appetite to want to know what happened before. Yeah. Now, from a family standpoint, so I'm Jamaican by blood, Floridian by birth. So I never forget when my uncle came to Florida to visit us, and he asked me, like, do you know who Marcus Garvey is? And I was